Jerry Seinfeld is the world's wealthiest comedian. He is so rich that he has a collection of 150 cars worth almost $100 million, and over 40 of them are Porsches. His $950 million net worth at the time of making this video has allowed Seinfeld to build a $1 million custom garage for his epic collection. He's also spent over $17,000 on an espresso machine that fits perfectly into his $32 million Hamptons estate. From New York apartments to Colorado ski lodges and yachts to private jets, here's everything the world-famous comedian spends his millions on. Back in 2000, Jerry Seinfeld bought this East Hamptons estate from Billy Joel for $32 million. The 12-acre oceanfront estate is where he and his wife Jessica spend their summers. The property is made up of a large manor house with its own pool and garden, plus a 3-bedroom guest house. There's a separate main pool, a barn, and the comedian has his own baseball diamond built on the property. The home's custom 22-car garage reportedly cost him over $500,000. Jerry loves coffee and fessed up to buying a $17,000 Electra Belle Epoque espresso machine for the home. He also has a Slayer coffee machine, which cost at least $8,500 and as much as $23,000. Seinfeld also has a home where he likes to spend the winter. He owns 2 Telluride, Colorado estates purchased for $7.55 million in 2007. The larger of the properties is 27 acres with a 12,500 square foot house. The modern farmhouse has 11 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, a spacious kitchen, and a double-height living room with a massive stone fireplace. Other amenities at this winter retreat include a gym and yoga studio, rec room, wine room, and a gear room for skis and other toys that he can use on miles of manicured trails. The property also features a 4-car heated garage and a 5,500 square foot deck. Nearby is the smaller of his 2 Colorado estates, a 17-acre property with a 4-bedroom house. The comedian listed the larger property for over $18 million back in 2011, and in 2021, he tried again, asking $14.95 million plus $2.78 million for the smaller property. When he's not kicking it in the mountains, Jerry Seinfeld is living the city life in NYC. He's the owner of a 19th floor spread in the Bearsford, a luxe apartment building in Manhattan's Upper West Side with views of Central Park. The apartment isn't too far from his fictional Seinfeld address. Though we don't know exactly how much he paid for the unit, one of the apartments next door was listed for $24 million in 2019. Jerry Seinfeld also lived the Hollywood life for a bit. He purchased this LA home for $2.8 million in 1992, just a few years into Seinfeld, and sold it for $3.2 million after the series ended in 1998. He mentioned during a 60 Minutes interview that the home was pretty much a waste of money because he barely spent any time there. The 4-bedroom, 6-bathroom property is almost 6,000 square feet and includes a separate guest house, movie theater, pool, and 2 garages, as well as glass walls that pull back for luxurious indoor-outdoor living. In 2021, it was listed for $14.95 million. Let's get into Seinfeld's most expensive habit, car collecting. At one time, the comedian was the world's largest private collector of vintage Porsches. He currently has over 150 cars that he keeps in a custom $1.4 million 3-story garage in Manhattan. It features 4 separate garages, an elevator, and living spaces like a club room, kitchenette, and office. It's temperature controlled with a high-tech HVAC unit. In total, his collection includes 46 Porsches and has been estimated to be worth between $50 and $100 million. In 2016, he auctioned off 18 cars for about $22 million. Included in his Porsche collection are the very first and last produced air-cooled Porsche 911s. His 1964 911 reportedly cost him $400,000 in 1996, and he spent $250,000 restoring the vehicle. His $700,000 1983 Porsche 959 was once illegal to drive in the US because no models were turned over for safety testing. Another unique Porsche he owns is a 1955 550 Spider, reportedly worth over $5 million, the same model and color driven by James Dean. He also owns a 1959 Porsche 718 RSK Spider worth almost $4 million. Other stars in his collection are a limited model 2011 Porsche 997 Speedster worth about $400,000 and a cool 2000 Porsche Carrera GT prototype worth $2.3 million. As displayed in Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, Jerry loves a unique vehicle, like this 1958 Porsche 597 Yachtwagen that cost about $330,000. He owns a $40,000 bright orange 1957 Fiat 500 Chop Top and an almost $100,000 1962 Volkswagen Bus, as well as a similarly priced 1964 Volkswagen Easy Camper. There are way too many cars to name every model, but we'll round out our list with some of his most expensive. He has a 1957 BMW 507 Series 2 worth $1.6 million, a rare 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing worth $4.6 million, and a James Bond-esque 1964 Aston Martin DB5 Coupe worth $1.2 million. He also owns some Lambos, like this 1976 Countach worth over $1 million and a $1.7 million 1969 Miura. Jerry Seinfeld has plenty of means to travel. Through a NetJets shared ownership program, he co-owns two brand new Bombardier Challenger jets valued at about $26 million each. Up until 2019, he reportedly also owned his own yacht, the $25 million Mocha. The boat can accommodate 12 guests plus 9 crew and features a large master suite. The yacht is built for fun in the sun with an on-deck swimming pool, a fully equipped gym, and a spacious beach club. Since his Seinfeld, Jerry's enjoyed collecting sneakers almost as much as cars. Throughout the show's run, he's sported kicks like the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2s and even a pair of Air Jordan 6s. The other favorites are classic black and white Nike Cortez sneakers and spiffy Nike Huaraches. It was once rumored he had over 500 pairs of white sneakers, but he shut those rumors down in an interview with Complex. He hasn't specified how many pairs he actually owns or what his collection's worth, but many retail for over $200, and some vintage kicks from the 80s and 90s could go for thousands today. So how did Jerry Seinfeld end up being worth $950 million as of 2021? Before his TV show, he spent 15 years doing stand-up, appearing on late-night talk shows and getting small roles on sitcoms. Seinfeld was his big break, going on for 9 seasons and generating over $4 billion in revenue. He and co-writer Larry David still make between $40 and $50 million each year from syndication and royalties. Even though his show ended in the 90s, Seinfeld still draws crowds. He earned over $20 million from his most recent tours, and Netflix paid $20 million for his most recent special. Jerry and his wife are also philanthropic. They founded the Good Plus Foundation, which has donated $42 million worth of baby products, and the Seinfeld Family Foundation. Seinfeld is still making Jerry epic money today thanks to streaming. In 2019, Netflix paid $500 million for the rights to air Seinfeld for at least 5 years. Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David will reportedly earn $75 million each from the deal.